Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Hardcore 2 practical class. This is your fourth practical class. In the last practical class, we have studied about trihybrid cross and also multiple allelism. And in this class, let us study genetic problems on cytoplasmic inheritance and also epistasis. So first is genetic problems on cytoplasmic inheritance. The inheritance of most of the characters of an individual is governed by nuclear genes, but in some cases the inheritance is governed by cytoplasmic factors or genes. So always the inheritance is governed by the nuclear genes, but some of the cases it is also governed by the cytoplasmic factors or genes. So when the transmission of character from parents to offspring is governed by cytoplasmic gene, so it is known as a cytoplasmic inheritance or non-Mendelian inheritance or organellar inheritance. So three names, that is cytoplasmic inheritance or non-Mendelian inheritance or organellar inheritance. The first case of cytoplasmic inheritance was reported by Correns in the year of 1909 in a 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalapa, for a leaf color. In contrast to other higher plants, Mirabilis contains three types of leaves and also parts. That is, full green leaves or branches having chloroplast. Second one is white leaves or branches having no chloroplast. And third one is variegated branches having leucoplast in white or as and a chloroplast in green patches. So these are the three different types of leaves and parts in a Mirabilis jalapa. Because the chlorophyll pigment of chloroplast is relative with the photosynthesis of food and leucoplasts are able to perform photosynthesis. So the white or pale part of a plant survive by receiving nourishment from green parts, and Correns reported that flowers' green branches produce only one green offsprings region of genotype and phenotype of pollen parent. Likewise, flowers from the white or pale branches produces only white or pale seedlings, and the plant pink from white or pale seedlings die before they lack chlorophyll and cannot carry on photosynthesis. By this, Correns further reported that flowers from the branches yield mixed progeny of green, white and variegated plants, and which is listed as follows. The irregularity of transmission from variegated branches is understood by considering cytoplasmic genes of plasmids. A study of an egg during oogenesis in Mirabilis reveals that cytoplasmic contain white plastids if it derived from green plant tissue. If ooplasm contains green plastids, it derived from variegated tissues, its cytoplasm may contain colored plastids, only white plastids, a mixture of colored and white plastids. And a study of pollen grains genes is however reveals that pollen contain very little cytoplasm, which is most cases devoid of plastids. Without the plastid, pollen cannot affect this aspects the offspring's phenotype. Then is the mitotic segregation. The variegated branches of Mirabilis jalapa produce three kinds of eggs. Some contain only white chloroplast. In the subsequent mitotic division, some forms of cytoplasmic segregation occurs that segregate the variegated phenotype. In the progeny individual, this process of sorting might be described as mitotic segregation. Of this is a pure extranuclear phenomenon. In this phenomenon, since both segregation and recombination of organelles, genotype takes place, so it is called as cytoplasmic segregation and recombination. The chloroplast is the organelle consisting of chlorophyll and is going to perform photosynthesis and starch grain formation of plants. So it is known as plastids. Before chlorophyll develops, when are grown in the dark, they do not develop into chloroplast, and these undeveloped plastids referred to as proplastids. So in this table it is given that branch of origin of male plant, the branch of origin of female plant, and the progeny. So if the male plant is green and a female plant is green, pale or white variegated, then the progeny will be green pale or white green pale or also white variegated. Like that, when the male plant is white or a pale and the female plant is green pale or white variegated, then the progeny will be green pale or white green pale or white variegated. And if the male plant is variegated and a female plant is a green pale or white variegated, then the progeny will be green pale or white green pale or white variegated. So next is the maternal inheritance by IJOP gene of maize. Marcus M. Rhodes worked on the variegation in corn, that is Zea mays, in 1946, controlled by the IJOP chromosomal locus, which when homozygous prevent proplastid from developing as chloroplast and thus results in variegation. The IJOP affected plastids do not contain ribosomes or ribosomal RNA. They therefore block the protein synthesis. There will be absence of ribosomes. And the interaction of chromosomal and extra chromosome inheritance is shown in the reciprocal crosses, in which one cross produces results exactly as would be predicted on the basis of sample of Mendelian inheritance with the homologous recessive, that is small I small j small I small j, including variegation when the reciprocal cross is carried out. Bloch variegation is seen in both F1 and F2 that carry the dominant IJ allele. So here is the example. So we are going to observe the maternal inheritance. So in the first case we are going to observe the recessive condition, that is small I small j small I small j, and in the second example we are going to find out the F1 and F2 that carry the capital I and small j alleles. This inheritance pattern is caused by the fact the pollen grain in corn doesn't carry any chloroplast, whereas the ovule does this. The first cross deals with the passage into the F2 of normal chloroplast only. In the F2, the IJ, that is small I, small j genotype then induce variegation. The chloroplast of pollen parent are unimportant because the stigma parent is variegated. So the stigma parent is variegated. The F1 is heterozygous. So here you are going to observe the F1 is heterozygous but carries proplastid from the ovule that remain proplastids even under the dominant normal allele. The regions of colorless cells produces white spots once the IJ allele, that is small I, small j allele, induces chloroplasts to become proplastids. They do not enter revert to the normal type even under the J allele. Thus, we see the interaction of chromosomal gene and chloroplast itself, which inherits a changed condition. So, in the two examples, we are going to observe the changed conditions. There is some evidence that IJOP may suppress the chloroplast rather than cause a mutation of some function. These are loci in the chloroplast. Removal or suppression rather than actual reversion raised to high to be due to simple back mutation. So, first let us know the parents. Female is having stigma and male having pollen. And the genotype for a female is capital I, small j, capital I, small j, and is crossed with the male, that is small I and small j, small I and small j. And the phenotype is green for capital I, small j, and small I, small j for having a phenotype variegated. And the F1 generation is capital I, small j, small I and small j. So when this F1 generation is selfed, we are going to observe the F2 generation consisting of green, green and also variegated offsprings, that is capital I, small j, capital I, small j, it is green, and capital I, small j, small I, small j as a green, and small I, small j, small I, small j is variegated. Like that, if a parent having female stigma and a male pollen, the genotype is small I, small j for a stigma and capital IJ for a pollen, and a phenotype is here stigma, it's variegated, and a pollen, it's a green. Then F1 generation is blotch variegated. And in the F2 generation, we are going to observe some are blotch variegated, some are blotch variegated with the white, and some are variegated. So this is about the maternal inheritance of a IJOP gene of a maize. Then the cytoplasmic inheritance by mitochondria, that is Pocci strain of Neurospora. In fungi, Neurospora crassa, a number of mutations of mitochondria are inherited where the female parent, the best studied of this is a pocket strain of Neurospora. In the following aspects, it is a slow growing and it shows maternal inheritance. That is, maternal means it's a mother, and it has abnormal cytochromes. Cytochromes are mitochondrial electron transport protein, and these are necessary for proper oxidation of foodstuffs to generate ATP as energy. And there are three main types of cytochromes, that is A, B and C. That is cytochrome A, cytochrome B and cytochrome C. And in Pochy's there is no cytochrome A or B, and there is excess of cytochrome C. So in the Pochy's strain we are going to observe cytochrome C. In reciprocal crosses, Pochy characters show maternal inheritance. However, seed crosses any nuclear genes that differ between the parental strains are observed to segregate in the normal Mendelian manner. So, it has given that when the Pochy strain, that is female, is crossed with the wild type male, the progenies will be all Pochy. That is, as this is show that in the cytoplasmic inheritance of Neurospora, it is shown that it is having a maternal inheritance. So, what will be the female? So, the progenies will be same as that of a female. That is maternal inheritance. So, if the female is of wild type, when it is crossed with the Pochy male, so the progenies will be of a wild type. That is, it is having a maternal inheritance. So next is problems on epistasis. So when expression of one gene depends on presence or absence of another gene in an individual, it is known as a gene interaction. That is, one gene depend on presence of another gene or absence of a other gene, so then it is known as a gene interaction. And interaction of genes at different loci that affect the same character is known as a epistasis. The term epistasis was first used by Bateson in the year of 1909 to describe two different genes which are going to control the same character, out of which one mask or suppress the expression of the another gene. So in the epistasis, there will be the one gene, it is going to mask the another gene. The gene that masks the action of another gene is known as epistatic gene, while the gene whose expression is being masked is called as a hypostatic gene. So in the epistasis, there is one example. The white fruit color in summer squash is controlled by a dominant gene, capital W, and colored fruit is controlled by its recessive allele, that is small w. Dominant is capital W and colored fruit is small w. Yellow fruit is governed by an independently asserting hypostatic gene, that is capital G, and green by its recessive small g. When dihybrid plants are crossed, the offsprings appear in the ratio of 12 white, 3 yellow and 1 green. So, what fruit color ratios are expected from the crosses given below? So, In the problems, the crosses have already been given. So let us solve one by one. First possible cross was capital W, small g, and is crossed with capital W, capital G and capital G. So parents, capital W is going to represent a white fruit and capital W is going to represent white fruit. So here the parents are white fruit, and let us write the genotype. Capital W, small g, it's a white fruit, and also capital W, capital G, it's a white fruit. And the gametes are W, G, and in a genotype W, capital W, small w, capital G is capital W, capital G, small w, and capital G. And the offsprings are capital W, capital G, and small g, and it is a white fruit. And also capital W, capital G, and small g is also white fruit. So all the individuals are of white colored fruits with 1:1 genotypic ratio. Then let us move on to the second expected form, that is capital W, capital G, crossed with small w and small g. So the parents are, when the capital W is present, it is always going to represent a white fruit, and when the small w present, it is going to represent the green fruit. So the genotype are as given, and the gametes are also written. Now we have to put these gametes in the Punnett square, and the expected progenies are one progeny with the white fruit of genotype capital W, capital G, small g, that is white fruit, and also another white fruit consisting of genotype capital W, small g, and also yellow fruit, that is small w. Here the genotype is small w, capital G, and small g, and in the green fruit capital W, small w, and small g. By this, the individual obtained are 50% of plants with the white colored fruit and 25 with yellow color fruit and 25 of green color fruit. By this, the phenotypic ratio is 2:1:1. So in this, if there will be the presence of capital W, it is going to represent white fruit, and if it consists of small w, it is going to represent green fruit, and if in case there will be the presence of capital G, then it is going to represent a yellow fruit. So by this, in this class, we came to know about cytoplasmic inheritance and also epistasis. So in the next class, let us study some other problems on genetics. Thank you.